Hi there, I'm Tom Barry-Cotter, Head of Design at Maritimo, and today we're going to take a tour through the X50R Performance Edition. The R Performance Edition includes a number of upgrades that really boost the performance and lifestyle features of the boat. Join me and we'll take a look. So the X50R is a member of the X Series Sport Yacht range. Now the key feature of the X Series is this aft accommodation area. So this can be optioned in various different ways. As you see it here is our beach club option. So that gives us a fold-out double bed with this lounge setting on the back. It gives you a bar unit with a big 50-inch TV, as well as ensuite, and it gives you access to the engine room and also internal staircase access up to the saloon. So this area here, integrated with the swim platform and this cantilevered seating, which is also an option that you see here on this X50R, is just an unbelievable area for drinks, just for relaxing, for catching some sun, or even light dining. So it really can fit a lot of people. You have the TV here, if there's the game or a certain show on, and it's just really good for families or friends to sit around in this area and all enjoy boating together with close proximity to the water. Being a hydraulic swim platform here as well, obviously all this seating can drop down into the water, and so on a hot summer's day, you can really comfortably cool off with the seating here sort of semi-submerged, and as well this still leaves a large area here of open swim platform deck for a tender that you can still lift over the seating there. So with a small outboard, you can fit that under these storage compartments that we have underneath each boarding step, and so that really makes this a really practical area for boating. So this is the upper cockpit on the X50R, and as you can see, there's a lot of seating. We have the option L-shaped seating in here with the flip-out dining table, as well as the entertainment unit over to the starboard side. But a few of the features here that you'll notice is the coverage. So the X Series hardtop design is designed to try and maximise the amount of coverage that you get in this seating area. So it gives you a lot of protection from the sun or from the weather, and it really helps as well just the style lines and form of the exterior of the hardtop. As you move forward into the cockpit area here, you'll notice you have these glazing, these windows here to each side, so that just lets a little bit of light and view, especially when you're seated in both the aft seating and the L-shaped seating, and just really helps open up this area here. Under all the seating area here, you'll see we have storage, so there's large amounts of storage in this whole area, and there's also further storage to the rope lockers each side, which are behind the cockpit gates there. Over to this L-shaped seating area here, you'll notice we have this dining table here, which is mounted offset so that you can turn it 180 degrees, and when it flips out, it turns into quite a large dining setting where you can very comfortably fit sort of 6 people at this table. Over to the starboard side of the cockpit here, we have the entertainment unit. So under this moulded flip-up lid on its gas stay, we have an electric grill, and we have quite a large sink with flip-down and flip-up tap. Underneath there, we have, behind these moulded doors, we have a pull-out drawer fridge, as well as storage underneath the barbecue with access to the barbecue controls. Moving forward, we have behind this optional seating here, we have the twin sliding doors, which would typically be a standard 3-stage bifold door when the seating is not selected. So moving to the side decks, we have the rope lockers flanking each side of the upper cockpit here. So they're great for any sort of lines, ropes, or shore cables. We have the cockpit gates here, which are a stylishly designed teak-topped gate design there. So moving up the side decks, Maritimo is known for its deep bulwarks and walk-around side decks. So that gives us a really secure passage and access up to the forward deck. Obviously the star of the show up here is the forward sunbed. So that has lift up backrests, you know, it can be set in numerous settings. We can also option Euro warnings and various umbrella systems up here just to give you a bit more protection from the sun. What is also up here are you've got the 3 deck hatches which ventilate both the master ensuite as well as the day head and guest ensuite, and this forward VIP cabin. Up to the front here we have the Muir vertical anchor winch. You have your both 2 accesses into your anchor wells, and you'll also notice just the detail that we go to with chafe strips and things like that on the coamings here. So here we are in the aft beach club, which is really the star of the show. So as you can see, I'm here on this outdoor lounge setting here. So it's in a waterproof fabric. So this also doubles as a double bed. So inbuilt into this lounge here is a fold-out sofa system. And then this waterproof cushion can then be turned into a day bed of sorts, which you know, you can come in and have you know, wet towels or lay on it after being swimming and things. You know, just to get out of the wind, or just to watch something on TV, or you know, or just to relax and read a book. So, and then you've got this beautiful panoramic view behind us with the door open here. Overnight, this whole system as well, you can obviously put bed sheets and make it into a bed. With the door closed, you have a deck hatch there inbuilt in the rear window, just to give you a little bit of ventilation, as well as plenty of light and view through that back door there. Moving forward as well, over to the port side, we have the aft ensuite area there. So that has its own separate shower stall, toilet, vanity and sink, mirror. So you can come straight back from any adventures of snorkeling or swimming or any sort of water sports. You're not having to go all the way to the front of the boat into the accommodations to use the day head. You've got this day head here. You're not having to have a shower on the back deck with the cockpit shower. You've got that obviously in the aft ensuite here. Then forward along the front bulkhead of the beach club cabin, we have the bar. So that entertainment unit houses a Miele wine fridge, or it can be any various bar fridges or drawer fridges. You've got plenty of storage there. You also have a little bar sink, as well as the 50-inch TV with the feature trim panel around it. Over to the starboard side, you have a 3/4 height hanging locker with a full height mirror. You also have some overhead storage, and then you have a hull side window as well, just to let a lot of light into the cabin. So then we also have internal staircase access from this cabin up to the saloon, as well as access into the engine room here as well. So you don't have to come down the engine room ladder to access the engine room. You have a full height door here to give you really easy access, so you're not climbing ladders. And that internal staircase, you know, connecting the saloon and this aft cabin together, it turns this into another stateroom of the boat. So then that aft staircase then connects the galley and saloon to the aft cabin. So, but up here in the galley, you'll see it's one of our long-range galleys again. Obviously, with all Maritimos being capable of long-range journeys, we need a galley that can have plenty of meal storage and meal preparation capabilities. So that all starts with a full-height pull-out pantry, which is gives us a lot of storage space for food. Then we also have the full height Miele fridge freezer. Here in the island we have a pull out bin, so that's a really good sized bin as well, and that bin can be taken away outside the boat. You have lots of drawer storage here. Over to the port side here we have the 4-burner cooktop. You also have the microwave convection oven with pots and pans drawer underneath, and in the front of the return here we have a Miele dishwasher, which is a full height Miele dishwasher, as well as further storage and sink. This particular boat as well has been optioned with the zip tap, so that has boiling and chilled water as well as just tap water, and that can also be spec'd with soda water feature as well. Over here as well, we have a little custom option here, which is a access into the corner storage space of the galley. So over to the starboard side, we have this little entertainment unit here. So that is equipped with ice maker, more drawer storage there as bar storage, and you also have the head unit for the stereo system accessed in this area. The boat's electrical system panels are all in this aft stairwell here in these cupboards. So all manual breaker panels, just keeping everything really simple, functional and reliable, so that it can make the boating experience as trouble-free as possible. So moving into the forward saloon area here, firstly we have the sunroof which connects above both areas. So really let's help you get a lot of light and air into the back of the saloon, where there is typically the windows are smaller, you don't have the windows opening back here, and you have more full height upright cabinetry. So that's the design principles of having the sunroof more centrally located versus more forward in the design of the hardtop. So moving up into this area, the real key feature of this area is the vista windows that flank each side of the saloon. So they both stack back into the hardtop, so the whole hardtop has been designed for that window system to be integrated in, and that gives us an incredible amount of opening in the saloon area here, and coupled with the sunroof just really opens this whole area up to feel like you're in a convertible. Over to the port side here, we have this large U-shape dinette area here and lounging area, which is also opposite the helm, so it works really well as a cruising lounge area here. And that means it's a great spot to sit while you're underway. You have great visibility out the front of the boat and out of the side windows there. That has a fold-out leaf table design here where you can really comfortably fit 4 or 5 on the just the lounge, and if you bring ottomans in, you can fit 6 people here at this dining area quite comfortably. Over to the starboard side, you have the opposing lounge there. So again, that's just a great lounge to sit and look back while you're underway, or if you want to sit here and converse, they're opposing, so that you can quite comfortably spread yourself out around the boat. One other feature as well in the X50R is the TV location. So we have a 43-inch TV that pops up from behind the lounge here, and that's great to watch from any of the lounging areas, even from the dash area, from the galley, or even the aft cockpit there. It's in a very visible spot in the saloon to see from all those locations, even while you're underway. So here at the helm in the X50R, this is where it really feels like a high-performance sports car. So the dash design is so stylish in all its accents and just design features. You have the wheel here with the Maritimo logo embedded in stainless in the center of the wheel. You have the wheel itself is upholstered in a boot bag for the mechanism to adjust. You have the hood over there, all with stitching, double-edged stitching around the trim and features. Everything about the dash as well is ergonomic, so it's designed to be as comfortable as possible, to have all the important controls at arm's reach. So you have the display controls here right at arm's reach, throttles, wheel, all your wiper controls, your trim controls, searchlight controls. So everything here is really at arm's reach. With the displays, we have the navigation displays separated from the engine displays, just to not confuse you at a quick glimpse when you're trying to view these controls at night or something like that, or coming through a tight passage or bar. Another key feature of the X series and the design of the driving position is where we are placed in terms of the foredeck. So you'll see you've got great sight lines, pretty much 360-degree visibility around here, with that shortened bow with that lengthened hardtop, how it rakes so far forward, giving you great driving visibility over the bow of the boat as well. Moving into the companionway area, we've gone with a atrium style companionway design here. And what that does is you've got the windshield way up above, letting a lot of light all the way down to the lower deck. So that lets all the light basically into the entry of the master cabin, as well as throwing a lot of light and open space into this forward cabin and the ensuite area here as well. So moving into the forward VIP stateroom, you'll see that it's an offset queen bed arrangement. Now, why we do this is to try and maximize the usable floor space that we have. So with the natural triangular shape of the floor as the hull form moves in as it goes forward in the boat, a typical arrangement would eat up that only usable space of floor with the bed. So what this offset arrangement does is allow us to have that usable floor space forward, and that means it gives you basically all the way to the other side, front side of the bed and this side of the bed. It allows you to get in and out of the side of the bed or just to make the bed without having to navigate any steps, or worse is to have to sort of tumble roll and move out the end of the bed when you're getting in and out of the bed. What that also does is gives you bedside tables each side of the bed with a drawer as storage. You have this vanity area all around the front of the cabin. Over to the port side as well, you have the full height hanging locker as well as the access to the ensuite and day head. You have two large hull windows as well, letting in a lot of light, as well as the overhead deck hatch that you can open for some ventilation as well. A key feature of the bed as well is that that hinges up and gives you a lot of storage underneath, which is just a great big cavity that you can just throw stuff in a hurry as a large sort of storage area there. So moving into the ensuite area as well, behind that door there, you have a full height mirror, which is obviously adjacent to the full height hanging locker. So if you're getting changed, you have that mirror there to help you getting changed. And then this ensuite here is a really large ensuite as well for a 50-footer. So you have the large shower stall here with the moulded seat over the hull side. You've got the vanity area here with that hull window coming through there, letting some beautiful sort of water views into this area. You've got storage underneath the vanity there. You also have the deck hatch that you can open above just to give you some ventilation in the area, especially with the shower there. And then you have the towel rack and toilet to the forward bulkhead here with all the controls and toilet roll holders there as well. This has got dual access, so this actually doubles as a day head as well and has that access out into the companionway. So moving down the companionway into the master stateroom. In the master companionway here, we have this storage cupboard here, which is also an area where you can option a combo washer dryer. And then moving into the master stateroom, this is a really special sized master stateroom for a 50-footer. So what the ability of having the aft cabin does is mean that for a 3-cabin 50-footer, we're not having to squeeze 3 cabins into this front section of the boat in front of the engine room. We can spread the cabins out and have 2 really large cabins up in this front area, and then aft of the engine room you have that large beach club which doubles as a double cabin with its own ensuite. So that really gives you this 3-cabin, 3 ensuite boat, which is really unheard of in the 50-foot market. Now this master cabin is a full beam master stateroom. You have the king bed here in the middle, so it does come as a standard, but with a king you still have copious amounts of room around the bed. You have lots of head height through the cabin here, so you'll notice there's flat ceilings all the way through. We're not stepping up into any pockets, and as well the floor here, we're not stepping down into the hull at all as well, so it's flat floor all the way through the cabin. Flanking each side of the bed, you have a large set of drawers on the port side. You have a full height hanging locker with full height mirror at the front of the cabin on the port side. Then over to the starboard side here, you have this really relaxing day bed lounge and some more drawer storage here. On the front bulkhead of the cabin, we have the 43-inch TV inset into this sort of feature bulkhead, which we can really spec out in any sort of fabrics or materials that the customer wishes. So, and that really just lets you personalize this cabin into something that is going to be really special. Over to the front bulkhead here on the starboard side, we have the access into the master ensuite as well. So this master ensuite is really something special. Again, because we're not trying to squeeze everything all in here with 3 cabins forward and only having these 2 cabins in the front section of the X50R, what you see here is we're able to get this atrium shower into the boat. So that goes all the way up to the foredeck to let in ventilation through a deck hatch into this area. So you have just enormous amounts of headroom in this ensuite area here. So you have the moulded seat to the outside of the ensuite here on the hull side. So it's a really large shower stall. You have the toilet here on the inboard bulkhead, and then over to the outboard side again, we have the vanity area. We have the mirrors with storage behind. You have more storage underneath, and then you obviously have the towel storage and the towel racks here on the inboard bulkhead. So moving down the aft companionway into that aft cabin, we have the watertight door access into the engine room, and that just gives us really easy access where you're not having to navigate any ladders or anything to get into this engine room area. Once you're in this area, one striking thing is its size and volume that we have down here. So I'm between here 2 13-litre Scania 800 horsepower Tier 3 engines. That's what enables this X50R to get up to sort of 35, touching 36 knots through our straight shaft drive propulsion. Now, as you can see, even with these large engines in here, I have lots of room. You have lots of access around the area. Optioned in here as well are these storage boxes hanging from the ceiling in the engine room here. So that just provides a great space to store various items. Key to all Maritimos is our wing tank design. So what that enables us to do is get more accommodation space, and then what that also does is we try and position the engines as close to the center of buoyancy in the hull as we can, and then all those varying loads like the fuel and things of that and water, we try and locate as close to the center of buoyancy as we can, as to not affect the boat's trim when it's going through various load conditions in terms of if it's full or empty on fuel or water. In the X50R we have over 3,000 litres of fuel capacity, and in this particular X50R we have another additional long-range tank underneath the master bed, which is an option. So that gives this boat incredible range and capabilities. Just the other day we were testing this over 30 knot cruise, so under 80% load, doing over 30 knots. And around that, you can quite comfortably sit on 100 litres an hour a side, so a total of 200 litres an hour, really doing 26, even 27 knots. So the economy and performance that we are getting out of this package is really incredible. So thank you for joining me aboard the X50R today. If you've got any other queries, be sure to check out our website, or for any more detailed questions, feel free to contact your local sales representative.